This is Bloodaxe, and we're here at CoastCon 2022. We have with us a very special guest, Mr. Stephen Harper, creator of all things geek, author, musician, and time traveler from an age of steampunk.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Harper introduce himself, and we're going to have some very interesting questions for him.
Great. As I said, my name is Stephen Harper. I have a company called Tiki Fez Comics, and our main line is a graphic novel, Quest for the Golden Butterfly, episodes 1 and 2 out of 5. So all 5 are written, 1 and 2 are now printed and illustrated and everything, but the whole story arc is there. That's what I do. So artist, illustrator, time traveler, that kind of thing.
Well, from what I understand, you actually created your books aiming to provide some reading material for a certain demographic.
A certain demographic, yes. I used to actually teach elementary school. I'm a high school art teacher now, and I used to teach in the elementary level. I now have an 8-year-old daughter, which is a funny trick of nature that the universe played on me.
Yes.
She has a very high reading level, and so we got to find age-appropriate material. She's also very psychologically affected by things that are either too scary or upsetting and things. So I try to keep that in mind, and I write everything basically for her. So my mom's in her late 80s, my daughter is 8. I figure if I can write for both of them, I got everybody in between covered.
So that I have to ask, I am actually a steampunk fan.
All right.
As a gamer, I enjoy steampunk tabletop, I enjoy steampunk genres and games. So is steampunk an element of your books?
It is. I like to say it's steampunk tinged. It's set in 1890. It doesn't have a whole lot of gears and things like that, but I'm kind of leading up to it. So it's sort of steampunk-esque, if you will, without just trying to jump right on the bandwagon of steampunkery, if you will.
How are you enjoying the CoastCon?
I love CoastCon. This was actually the first con I ever did a couple of years ago, and me and a friend went out, went out to Los Angeles. We did Los Angeles Comic Con this last year. Very fun, very big, but I liken it to an 11-mile long buffet. Like, no matter how good the food is, by about the first 50 feet, your plate is full and your belly is full, and I don't care what's on mile 10, you don't have time for it. It's just not going to happen. So I am glad to be here on the coast. People on the coast are friendly, people in LA are great too, but yeah, I'm happy to be here. Very excited.
Well, as you know, we're trying to do our best to cover the conventions. As you can see, it's quite lively. We got them having a good time out here. You just draw the children. You've got talent. Like, literally, they're like running into you.
So, I have a follow-up question. So, based on what you're saying, is it sounds like you're trying to teach up to the kids and not dumb things down, based on what you're saying. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And I mean, we were just mentioning Tolkien, C.S. Lewis. I grew up reading a whole bunch of things that were probably a little higher grade level than I should have been. So no, I don't agree with dumbing things down for kids. I just say, put it out there. If kids, I mean, I don't know a single 5-year-old kid that can't name every dinosaur.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's just like big, long Latin names. They got it. They can do it. They can learn all kinds of stuff. And if you just say, here's something cool, here's something you'll enjoy, I think they do go up to that. So
I could not agree more. Yet, that's one of the things that I've seen that with one of my 10-year-olds, he has discovered the solar system and everything from Pluto all the way back down to Mercury. And he's telling me how many moons Saturn has versus these exoplanets, and so he's learning all these systems and telling me the distances. He's 10 because he's interested. So again, if you give them an interesting story, you can teach up to them and actually have them expand their vocabulary and understanding of things, which I think is rare and fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, once upon a time when I was teaching elementary school, I had a kid in the class who said, his teacher said, oh, he never pays attention in class. All he does is draw. He never turns in homework. I talked to the kid. I said, man, what's going on? He said, I'm going to be an artist when I grow up, so I don't need to know anything except art. And I said, no. As an artist, you have to know everything about everything. And he was like, oh, I didn't think about that. I was like, for instance, think about a wombat. If somebody asks you to draw a picture of a wombat, you have to know what it is, where it lives, what's around it, what size it is. He said, what's a wombat? I said, go to the library, look it up.
I think it's a big-eared bat, but I'm not sure. So An important question then is going to be, where do people acquire your product?
Where do people acquire my product? Well, CoastCon here is one place. I have them, have stacks of things right there. I am available online. You can get to me by Facebook. I also have an Instagram. I have a TikTok.
What? Really? I haven't got
do.
one of
I
those.
have a TikTok, which it was sort of a dare. Some of my high school students said, you should get a TikTok. My first video was me waxing my mustache. That's it. I don't know.
Actually, I think I'd watch that one. I'm curious how you got that.
You got to find the right wax.
Right. It has to be the right wax. It does. I am also in the process right now of getting a new online Shopify store.
Okay.
So Tiki Fez Comics, if you do a search for it, there is no one else in the world named Tiki Fez Comics. So if you search Tiki Fez Comics, that is me. It will turn up to be me.
Well, we'll also make sure to link you on this so you'll be covered. And we really enjoyed having you. We hope that we will see you in the future showing off even more of your books when we come back through. And hey, every time we see you, we'll make sure to let people know what you got.
I appreciate it.
Just a blast.